All these kind of questions were in your mind there, okay? Why actually don't explain this, don't explain that there, okay? All this kind of, for me, is nonsense kind of things. Because I already told you guys before, there's a lot of things that I have to improvise and explain to you guys, okay? Whatever that you guys been working on in 2 hour sessions or another 2 hour session on my demonstrations, even though I develop or I do some sort of demonstration to you guys, okay? Even though using my lesson class kind of time there, okay? Most of the students, right, still did not follow exactly what I have shown. Understand what I mean there? You say, okay, I understand, right? Okay, I understood there, okay? But generally, you don't understand. You keep doing the same thing that you're supposed to do. I want to tell you one thing there, okay? As I told most of the students, I'm okay because I also give you guys some samples from the YouTube that you guys can do some revisions there. It's a very, what we call that, some add-in kind of values on our lessons there, okay? But the problem is, when I'm actually the one who actually talk to you guys, even though I'm asking you guys to open up your webcam, but you still doesn't open up your webcam, okay? This is the most simple thing that I ask you guys to do, though also you cannot actually cooperate there, okay? You cannot cooperate there. That means you still put your stubbornness in your mind for not actually make move into new things there. All right? I'm the only one person to talk to you right now. You didn't have no reasons to get nervous out of it. Okay? Nervous out of it there. All right? Because I'm talking to more than 100 kind of person right here. I'm the one who should be more nervous than you guys. Okay? So if you cannot actually follow the orders there, okay? How actually are you going to cooperate with your works there? Right? Those are the first thing that we actually can evaluate from your attitude. Your attitude there. You're lucky, like I said, well, you guys were lucky enough you not actually what we call that confront with me face to face. Alright, face to face there. But you should feel blessed because you have more chance to develop yourself, your skill with your own way directly. But I'm here to guide you. But please follow exactly what I say because I'm not actually saying and show this kind of thing because I will have used those modules. This is our module there. This is our structures there, okay? I'm showing you guys structures not using a diagram there, okay? Or any kind of PowerPoint kind of thing. I'm showing you guys direct live there, okay? How things going to be work. You just need to follow them, that's all. Alright? You guys just need to follow them, that's all. If you think that you're good, you are better than me directly, show me the truth then. Show me the results directly, the best result that you can. But at this moment, I don't see anyone actually have proof they can do better than me. Well, at least how you present your work. You're talking about discipline and you present your work there. Right? I'm not talking all of you, but most of you, right, have done a very tremendous kind of mistakes. What are the mistakes there? First of all, when you actually want to select your subject matters there, this is a funny thing that happens always there. When I actually give you guys, or you guys suggest to me, okay, you want to draw, for example, a ghost as a character there, right? a girl as a character there. Those are your subject matters there. Your kind of reference there. Who actually you want to draw, or what kind of elements or design or what we call that character that you want to draw there. Okay, those are subject matters that we call subject matters there. You want me to spell to you, with you guys? Okay, for you guys there. Subject matters. You want me to spell with you guys for you guys there? No, they're right. So when you choose your subject matters, as I showed you guys before, I draw from one of your friend owl characters, right? That bird owl characters there. I draw also penguin. I draw also manga anime characters there. Okay. I will choose my subject matters and I'm going to present to you guys. Okay. And you should also present to me like this. Before you're going to draw your samples right here. Okay. This is one of the 3 samples that I get from one of your friends. I want to do post-mortem for this session because I really doesn't feel comfortable when you present your works, when you submit your works, when you ask me questions on your works, when you give me this kind of samples there. For example, there, right? You draw something like this. Then you ask me, say, is this okay, sir? Right? You talk to any lecturers there, okay? You will talk to any lecturers there, okay? They will have the same understanding or feelings like me. Because we already show you guys how to present it, your works there, okay? When I show you guys my tutorials there. If you show me like this, if I show you guys like this, okay? Okay, everyone draw like this one. And then I didn't explain anything there. Do you guys understand what is going on here? No, right? So, what do you guys expect, right? Okay? If you actually send the works like this, or maybe you're going to send your works like this there. What is this? Do you know what it is? Anyone know what is this?
Goat.
Goat? Who is it? So basically, okay, if you send the reference like you send the result of you, of course I'm going to ask you the simple questions there. Where basically your reference? Okay, simple as that. Or I'm going to ask a bit more. Well, okay, do you actually have experience to see ghosts before? If you can't see the ghosts, okay, where do you get those reference there? If you say you get those reference from cartoons, from internet, where is it? Where is it there? So anyone who actually present like this, without having a references, this is the first page. So today we are going to go through back again. All right. So if you present to me, okay, yes, of course. I did told you guys if you have to present your work, at least you present like this one. Right? I already showed some of the one of your friends today, right? How actually I present my work to my clients there. So I'm going to share with you guys here. I have okay, this project basically been cancelled, okay, because of the clients, because I already get the 50% of the payment there, no worries, right? But the problem is the clients basically after PKP they're okay because they cannot actually sustain their brand, their restaurant, their shop, okay. But at the first meeting that we have, when I actually get my 50% there, how much is it? Right, half of your, actually not half, but basically the budget basically, okay, for 50% is around the 1 month payment for diploma student there. 1 month payment for diploma student. I think it was 2,000 there, I think, for 50% there, I think. Those are one of the cheapest, what we call that, quotations that I actually gave for the client, because I know that these clients doesn't have a lot of budget, because they really start new, that they also spend a lot of money from other things there. They were basically a Chinese kind of clients there, okay? So I'm actually not a very mean kind of person there. The business is business, but I did know also, I still study also the clients kind of need there, okay? So when actually the clients want me design a pangolin for their brand, for their character's brand, okay? So I did a few kind of reference there, a few kind of research, but basically a lot of research there, right? I gathered all those informations there first, even though some people had to design the pangolin, also I tried to gather all of those, right? I will gather all these information as I give you guys also the same kind of methods of working there. This is the process of working there, guys. So after that, what I did, I do a few kind of sketches there. This is my digital sketches, okay, but not the only sketches that I have. Okay. So I did a few sketches, rough sketches, clean up line, right, sketches there. Sometimes I just straight away draw like a final version, but it's not actually finals there, okay, for my works. Okay. I did a few kind of examples there. This is all my development. These are also all my development skills. It's not finalized yet, but look finalized there. I didn't mean you guys need to have to draw all these kind of things yet. But at least if you get a very rough ideas, all right, based on the basic structures, before you're going to draw the whole thing back again, it's more than enough. At least you can sketch the basic structures like this there. And you see there, okay, when I actually draw that, I think it's a very rough kind of drawings there, but you can see the whole structures over there. Okay, that's what I do there, okay. I did all those kind of design. Okay, this is one of the first design that I actually submitted there, and they were rejected. Okay, they were rejected there. This is the normal thing happens there. So it doesn't mean that you find out a very good kind of example that you have before, right, for your reference, and you actually come up with your ideas. The clients are going to be satisfied with it. Right, this is some of my sketches in my sketchbooks. Right, before we finalize that, and you see how many kind of development sketches that I did to create one character design. So I want you guys to follow exactly what we are going to do today or this week, okay, to submit your works. So this is a few kind of sketches that I did before I give them one final sample. Okay, you see that? The only thing that I didn't do, I did not actually go to any kind of zoo to find a pangolin there. But if you take a look here, before I'm going to create them, I tried to study basically the pangolin back and forth. I did also draw some pangolin based on the real pangolin kind of shapes there. But I adjust the colors because we want to make the colors more brighter there. Okay? We cannot actually follow exactly designers supposed to improvise them. But I did not actually trace back again from other people's characters. Anyone who actually draw from other people's characters, we draw back again. I'm going to reject the words there. Because this session is recorded there, right? Understand what I mean here? So these characters, this kind of works, Justin, I have to be rejected. Why? Because you trace from other people's works. As simple as that. And you need to work with one single characters, 7 different kind of styles there. I'm not going to give the mark for this work there, because this work is tracing, it's not development sketches, right? Research and develop the structure from your own original ideas there. Right? Is it right? Justin, are you here?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, this one is tracing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Same goes to the unit, right? Okay? No reference, no research there, right? Okay? You just simply draw from other people's work. This is from other people's works there. I can see that. You guys cannot actually cheat me.
Sir, can you
Yeah.
review mine illustration?
Yeah.
Can you review mine? My illustration.
Rewind.
Wait, let me send to a WhatsApp.
Okay, okay. So if you take a look there, right, guys, okay, this one also is not acceptable there. When you want to draw from other people's characters there, right? Okay, for example, chibi character, we have a sample of chibi character. You guys can use as a part of your reference. I add, I'm actually have show you guys how it works, but don't just trace from them. I know that the person who trace from other people's works, because I know your skills. Okay, I know to read your skills there. How actually I read the skills? Experience. I'm not actually been here only 1 or 2 months there, okay, or 1 or 2 years there. I was doing these kind of things before you were born. All right, before you were born there, okay. I've been doing these kind of things. I'm not trying to be lazy with you guys, okay, but I want to be more real with you guys there. I love you guys very much because you guys are just like my kids, my families, my brothers and sisters there, okay, but I have to be real with you guys there. If you're doing wrong, you're doing wrong, okay? So that's how actually you guys can learn. All right. So now, if you take a look here right now, all these kind of drawings is came from other people's works. I can see that. All right. So we draw, we do back again, and follow exactly what I told you guys before. If you cannot draw well, use your level of skill to draw in the way that you can draw. But you have to do your research. You have to do your research first. Okay? I won't be accepted this kind of drawing. If you send it these drawings, if you don't want to redo the writing, I can write the letters, right? Okay? Simple letters like this. These drawings is from reference. It's from other people's works, right? They call plagiat, right? Okay? They call pirates there. They call copycat, right? Okay? All these kind of things are basically serious things there, okay? When you copy from other people's works, people can actually sue you for this. I already talked to one of your friends yesterday there, okay? So that's why in order to make sure that you know what you do and you can actually defend your works later there, right? You have to provide me a finding there. Finding means, right, okay, your reference there, okay? If you provide me some reference, for example, like this one there, okay, okay. Okay, right now, no one actually can sue me there, okay, with this kind of design. Why? Because I have my research there. This is our, before actually we cancel our projects there, okay, this is my final design. I'm the one who actually told the clients that we have to cancel the projects there. Not the client want to cancel that. I'm the one who tells these clients that we have to cancel that. Right? So that's the power that we have. Because there's no point, I think. I want to do some works that actually can be displayed and public can actually appreciate them. You guys were doing something that's for only for your marks there, for your evaluation, for your certificate only there. I want to do it for my pride, for my satisfaction. I get paid and I want to find some satisfactions from the things that I can get paid there. Otherwise, there's no point there, okay, for you guys to work as a designer, right? Okay? Same goes to you. When I actually teach you guys, the satisfaction that I get, other than get paying there, okay, for my kind of service there, right, okay, you guys will improve on your own terms. If you don't improve your drawing skill, if you don't improve your way of thinking, your knowledge there, right, your way of skills there, okay, I'm not satisfied with it, even though I get paid. You understand that? Because why? Because I actually put my heart and soul in it. How about you guys then? Okay? So this is our final design I did before I cancel them other, okay? So this is basically the methods there. One of the simplest method that I show you guys there, how it works. Gather all those informations there first. Before you want to draw something there. Because why? Because when she actually gave me the samples here, when she told me this is a fox, I look at it as a part of cat or rabbit there. Right? So misunderstanding of your perceptions there. Right? Your understanding is not there. If you say you want to draw a fox, all right? This one, I've seen these characters before, right? So you better provide me your reference there. If you trace from other people's works, be genuine with me, right? Don't cheat on me there. I can know whether you guys really draw on yourself. And of course, some students say that, okay, they draw from imaginations. Everything is come from fresh from his mind there or her mind there, okay? For me there, okay, everything is bullshit. Even though you draw from your imaginations, you have seen that characters before based from your experience. All right, based from your experience there. So that means there's no such thing as originality from your mind there, okay? You have played the game before, maybe you have read this comic before, you have watched anime that before, or you have seen those kind of design before from the internet, from the Googles there, from any kind of domain there, okay? That makes you like that kind of ideas of those characters, and you start to redesign them back if you have the right skills there. I'm not accusing about the skills there at that time, but I'm accusing basically where do you get those ideas from. Even though you say, okay, I draw from my imaginations there, provide me some evidence. There is evidence from there. There will have those evidence from there. Anything that you want to draw at this stage, at this moment of times, there will have someone actually have drawn before. Right? Why? Because if you guys say, okay, I'm taking this thing from pro kind of samples there. Professional guys also have the reference. What makes you actually better than them? Okay? What makes you better than them? Okay? If you say you take it from pro, but the pro that you actually taking also, right, use the reference there to develop their kind of practice there. What makes you better than them? If you're better than them, you're not going to be here to learn about multimedia design. That's all. Reality check, right? Because I want you guys have a quality kind of presentations. Yes, when I told you guys, okay, everyone can submit at least one drawings with 3 different positions there, right? And you have to provide me 7 different kind of characters based, 7 different styles based on the same characters there, right? But when I actually show you guys in my tutorial class how actually I present and develop my works for you, you have to follow exactly as I show you guys. Otherwise, you've got 4 actually recorded sessions here. Right, if you don't follow them. It's better basically I didn't record the sessions, I didn't upload in the YouTube there, not to monetize them. Those YouTube is not for my monetizations there. Because I know, because I use some of the music from other people's therapy. Those are the things therapy. That's why I'm not using that kind of channels to monetize my works. It's actually been great for you guys there, for my students. So you have to be more appreciate the things, the efforts that I try to do for you guys here. I believe no lecturers at the moment as you've done as what I am right now. Okay? So take a look back again, because I want you guys to present as a professional. I create 1, 2, 3 samples there. There any right here? Okay, this is the finals there, okay? But I have the cleanup line there, okay? 4, then I change the colors there, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. I change the colors there. Right. It change a little bit also the hands itself, okay? The arms, the claw itself there, okay? So this is one of the way that you guys can actually present your works. Okay. Other than your sketches here. When you present your sketches, this is a part that I want to see. Why? Because if you take a look back again on my samples last week, right, week 6. Right, I'll go back into this one there. Okay. How many drawings did I provide? For 1 sessions only there, okay, at a time. Before I'm going to create the characters here. Follow exactly back again how actually you're going to present your work, okay? Those are the things that are really important right now. Because you're going to apply the same thing later on for your other kind of books there. Maybe different kind of methods, but you have to provide your research. Every lecturer will actually ask for the research. If the lecturer doesn't ask you guys the research, that means she or he doesn't actually apply the real kind of works. That's all. But I believe every of my colleagues have the same kind of understanding here. We're talking the same language there. Okay? So be real right now, okay, how it works. Right, who actually want to show me the work there?
See, I sent you in WhatsApp already.
Sorry, okay, good. Yeah. Right, if you provide like this, right, okay, for example there, how actually I'm going to share, I'm going to, okay, my kind of suggestion simple, not okay, refer to my demo, that's all. Because why? You don't have a lot of efforts from there. All right. This girl only asked for the attendance there. I didn't get any kind of reference from there. Okay. Which one? This one or this one there? This one there.
Yes.
All right. Ming Hao there, okay? What I already told you guys, okay? Don't spend your time put some coloring that first. Okay? Understand the whole basic structures there, okay? Today, basically, I want you guys to practice this kind of exercise there. Okay, before you're going to develop what we call that any kind of characters there, you draw women there, okay? That means you have the certain kind of pose, okay? Wait up. I think, okay, this is what happened to the tablets there, okay? If your tablet doesn't work like this, that means what? You have to save the file first. This one, close. Right. And then open up back again your Photoshops. Those are the technical glitch. It's normally been you're going to experience later. Okay, don't be panicked there. Yeah, I get the strokes there right now. Okay, if you get this kind of glitch there, okay, it means you have to close it because suddenly the what we call that the pressure stroke doesn't work there, right? If those things happen there, okay? I want to show you guys how to draw those, what we call that gestures line drawing. Am I actually draw too fast for you? Yes? Too fast?
Yes.
Yes, sir. It's in there, okay? Please tell me that, okay? If I draw too fast for you guys, okay? Tell me that. Is it? Is it?
No.
No? Sure. All right. Sure. Is it okay with this kind of speed? Or you want me to slow a bit more? Okay, guys, gesture drawings then. Gesture drawings allow us to draw some gesture pose. Guess, right? You guess, right? What kind of pose is that, right? So I did actually show you guys also from my earliest kind of demonstrations there, right? Gesture drawings is basically, okay, if you draw a wolf, for example, right? Okay? A wolf, for example, okay? You can apply the same methods of those gestures line drawing here, okay? To understand the whole structures of the subjects there is. A lot of students who actually cannot draw until they are graduate because they don't actually apply this gesture and they don't practice these gesture drawings here. Why? Because they don't find these gesture drawings is a part of the way they can improve back again their drawing skills. Okay, let's just say I'm going to draw a wolf from this side, okay? Because we have to gesture the structures there first. We not actually try to apply the details there, okay, of the wolf there, okay, of the subject matters there. It looks like scribbling, it's not scribbling there, right? It's a part of the way, the methods that artists or designers try to study the whole structure, because you have to understand the whole structures of how the things work, okay? Because when I actually saw people draw like this, right? This is not gesture line drawing there, guys. What is this? Right, gesture drawing is the line. Can you see my hands here? It's like I'm dancing with my hands. See, dancing there. I mean, I have the flows of the structure that I want to provide from there. You have to study, right? Okay? I did show you guys before how actually I study the basic structures there. Right. Okay, to give a little bit kind of credits there, right? Okay? Sira, this is your drawing, right? Sira, are you here?
Yeah.
Ah, okay. This is yours, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So Sira, okay, to give a little bit kind of credit there, okay? When I saw Sira drawings, not design, I would say that she has a certain kind of skills that can provide for this lesson there. Right, the confident kind of lines there that can see from here. But what makes me feel a little bit kind of off or think twice there, okay? I don't know whether Sira, okay, can actually draw something without using a reference there. Okay? Without using a reference there. For example, when you want to draw fox characters, right? For example, like this one, like a fox or call that wolf characters there. So I have in mind, okay, how actually I'm going to draw those wolf characters. Maybe I'm a guy, so I'm going to draw a wolf a bit more like a muscular kind of guy there, okay? Maybe that, okay? But this is only my first kind of, okay, even though I want to take a look at my reference, but I'm not going to use entirely, right, those reference as a part of my kind of influence there. But I try to improvise a little bit there. Yeah. Even though I didn't like these characters yet, okay, but I just try to develop some of the studies there, right? Basic structures there. He's wearing a shorts there, okay, for example. So what basically I've done right now, I try to provide some anatomy structures using the basic structures there. Even though the proportion is not right, okay, the hands proportions there, alignment is not right. But I have to withdraw back again the whole thing first, okay? So all these kind of things will actually give you guys a little bit more kind of ideas where you want to go from there. I'm not saying that you can actually draw or copy from these works, okay? See the basic structures here. All right, maybe look nice for you guys to study there, right? Okay, you can actually use them as a part of your studies there, and then you can use on your own there works. For example, okay. But the problem is if you not actually understand how the things works, later, if you want to draw from other people's other positions, other posts for your books, for your storybooks, for your comics, you will have a lot of hard times. Okay, as for me right now, if I want to clean up the line, for example, here, right? See the way I actually improvise the thing that I saw there right from here. Okay. Okay. Even though you want to draw muscles, like or what we call that characters with a very what we call that a good kind of anatomy there, okay, like a muscular anatomy. You have to do some research, right, on bodybuilders, right, kind of features that first. You cannot just copying from other people's works and then later on, right, you thought that you're actually going to be doing the right way there, right? Even though the whole anatomy also has to be right there, right, to work there. This is only the earliest kind of what we call that development. What I want to see basically from your developments is like this. The line works there, right? The line works there. The line works there. Those are the things that I want to see from you, right? The line works there, right? So it shows basically the your understanding. I can see from the stroke itself there, okay? But of course, if you cannot draw this kind of characters, okay, for example, right, you can draw simple kind of wolf characters here. Okay? Because I have understand, okay, the whole structures here. I will draw a bit more like a cartoon there, I think. Why I draw cartoon? Because easy for people to manipulate and understand. This one, there's a lot of very high anatomy there. Or maybe I can draw like this. Maybe I cannot draw well. For example, there, I want to draw like kids drawing there. For example, I choose to be draw like kids drawing there, okay, for this one. I can. But the problem is, if you don't have those skills, do you want to draw like this? That's the question that you have to ask yourself. And even if you want to draw like this, Do you have any reference that works? When I draw like this, I refer a lot to my kids drawing. Or before I get married or have my own kids, I have my kind of what we call that god brothers there, right? Okay, that actually can use as a reference there. This also can be a part of practice, you know. If you really open up your mind into illustrations, this can be. But the point is right now, okay, we have 3-4 different styles of practice there. Do you want to draw like this purposely? Okay, that's the question you have to ask yourself right here. If you find this kind of drawing is a part of your escapism, or you not to develop your skills, the problem that you guys have, normally, you won't be able to level up unless you have that kind of certain kind of mindset that you cannot draw like other people's. You want to draw exactly as what you can, but people still can accept it. For examples there again, let's just say I want to draw a fox like this. For example, right? And then later on, you can add some colors, whatever that you want, I think, to study those kind of structures and shapes. You see that just like a very ethnic, right, primitive kind of drawings there. But this kind of drawings came from the primitive drawings there. Naive primitive drawings there. Still look like a fox there, right? Or wolf or dog actually, it came from the same kind of species there, or what we call that types there, right? The families there. The problem is, do you accept it as a part of illustrations? Even though you're going to draw like kids, you have to provide a lot of studies efforts. How to get those studies from? Right? This one from you, okay? Do you understand what I mean there, okay? Guess the line of okay. The proportion is not right. Obviously, the proportion is not right. Okay? This is your reference, good. You have those references there. Why don't you use those references back again to redraw the characters there? So what I can do from there? Let us say I'm going to use this one. If I have this one, copy paste, delete this one there. Okay. What you should do? This girl there, okay? What basically I should do? I'm going to redraw back again. Purpose. The line of actions of her body is there. Right. But there's a lot of way, guys, that works, okay, with this kind of samples there. There. If you look like this, okay, I'm going to provide the alignment there. But I think the problem you have right now, we have to go back into our lessons there. This is basically my studies there, or my drawings. Okay, from her posters there. What I can do right now, I'm going to withdraw back again. But of course, okay, how do I? If you want to choose a human as a character directly, you must be able to draw human in the right way. That is. We are not actually focusing on that yet. Okay? I'm just using basically basic structures to design your characters. Okay, to give you guys some sort of assignments here. Focus on the basic structures of the character by using. Right now, I actually designed a character there. Even though it's not accurate here, right? I'm going to improvise here. This is how actually I transform your character status. What I actually have told you guys before, right? The legs there. I will see the legs there. What I do basically, the whole structure status. Okay. I study first the posters there. Right now your posters is wrong. See, the shoulders is wrong there. Right? The body is there, right there. The hands also too short. Look like cha-cha there, right there. So what basically I can suggest, study the anatomy of that first before you want to draw any kind of characters there, especially mega characters right there. The hair stroke also doesn't look right, doesn't look smoother there, right? So if you really want to draw anime characters, you have to work hard. Work really hard, okay, to draw. First of all, study the human anatomies. Right? I think I have to go into this kind now. So when I saw some of the students draw the anatomies or the basic structure, right, they draw like this. What is this? Like that. Huh? Like this. Huh? You have to put like this, right? You know it? Right. Draw the whole structure first, like drawing the anatomies, okay, the alignment right, okay, the pelvic shapes, okay. Do some research of it, even though we don't have the time to work into more details yet about these anatomies there. You can actually do some research on the internet, okay, provide you guys some guideline there how it works. But the point is right now how you draw the whole structures there in the right way. If you cannot actually understand how it works here without having a reference, find some of the real photos. This one can be used as part of the reference there. Right. But don't trace from there. You see the line of actions that you draw there, right? Right? How they draw the basic structures there. But the best way, as a part of reference, that you guys can use, you see? Samples over here. What you can do. We go back into our, this is what actually happens there, right? When I actually show you guys, okay, and ask you guys to draw more, some people ask me why we have to draw a lot. Because some assignments or some subjects, you only draw one drawing 1 week there, okay? This is the answers there. If you not actually practice yourself, draw one simple characters also, they're going to be hard for you. They're going to be like a pain in the ass there on the work. Okay? So now study the alignment there. Right, the alignments of the ears with the eyebrows here, see? Right, the eyes itself. Okay, the shapes of the head. the shapes of the head, like the basic structures of the neck. Go back into these studies there. Even though you can draw or trace from these subjects there, right? But draw from the reference here first. See? Yeah. I draw a lot studies there. Basic structures there, right? Draw from the cylinders there, right? Pretty words. Break down the shapes. Just like I break down the character shapes this last week there, right? Break down the shapes there. You guys can see how actually I move my hands here, okay, when I draw. The line of action here, right? Provide the different kind of structures there. You can see the way that I actually move my hands here, right? It's a really smooth line there actually. And I'm using also some gesture line and basic structures line to work with it. I didn't touch any kind of details yet. Okay. This is the circle, kind of what we call that joining that you want to draw, basically, for the body part there. If you cannot actually see all these kind of things, you will start copying from other people's works. This is one of the exercise that you have to practice there. If you can draw better than what I've done right now, in the right kind of proportions, in the right kind of strokes there, okay, and the alignments, the structures there, you will move on into another level of exercise there. That means you can draw some characters there, or you can imagine to draw these shapes over here back again. All right. You have to sacrifice a lot of times. Right? You have to sacrifice a lot of time there to do this. It's not that easy there. But of course, okay, hopefully these sessions will check back again, will propagate within your realities there, okay? Doing assignments to get 20 marks, it's not that easy there. Right? We don't go through yet again how actually you're going to work your previous assignments or exercise there. If you want to have a very good marks, make sure you follow exactly what I do. This gesture drawing exercise there. All right, before you're going to draw some anime characters like this. I have one solution. My solution is, okay, I'm going to show you guys my solutions. But these solutions, I did told some of you guys, okay, some of your friends, it's not actually quite healthier there. Okay, what I mean healthier there, okay? This is one of the way that we can actually practice our designing kind of senses by, okay, let's just say I want to draw this girl become an anime style or anime character, right? Based on my understanding there. What I do, oops, yeah. Sometimes also I made a lot of mistakes there. The alignments, nose, right? See that, okay, Meng Hao? Okay, the neck should be look like this, right? These are the body structures there, right? It's because she's a woman there, right? So the body structures has to be look like this, right? Or they flat like this, not right? So what you can do then, the hands. Women hands could be a bit more smaller or maybe, right? Can you imagine to draw the hands here? You can't, there, right? That's why you have to study first. You have to practice first to draw hands there. We cannot cover the whole thing there, guys. Those are the things there, okay? If I want to cover the whole thing, you will learn anatomy is only for one semester there. Then you're going to complain to my, we call that, some student really smart and necessary, okay? They will complain to the management, right? I'm teaching only to draw human there, okay? But basically, right, you want to draw one human also, you actually cannot draw well there, okay? You still have a lot of problems, then you want to complain somewhat, okay? Because why? Because you just want to find other people's mistakes there. Those are the thing happens a lot. But management actually know basically how actually I treat the students there, okay? I really put my heart and soul on it. That's why I can talk to you guys like this. Right, the basic structure that is practice. Okay, Ming Hao, if you can provide this kind of basic structures, next levels that you can do, because sometimes you actually doesn't know the alignment right, okay? What I can do right here, I will draw back again, and I can improvise. So this is the eyes. I didn't actually follow exactly the thing. I did the eyebrow there, and the eyes. Okay, nose. Sometimes, okay, anime styles, okay, their eyes is a little bit more lower there. So the head are going to be a bit more bigger there, okay? So you have to exaggerate a bit. So what I can do, see how actually I draw the hair, I mean how. I'm going to exaggerate a bit on the tires there. If I follow exactly there, okay, they're going to be a bit more weird there, right, okay, on the designs. See, I draw the hair, okay, very smooth hair, okay. The next thing is the shapes there. Right? So I'm going to cross. I'm going to improvise there. Improvise a little bit there. So because my kind of studies right now, I'm simply want to draw her become a cartoon character. For example, okay. I'm not saying that this is the only way for you guys to work. So the body shapes, okay, the knee and the shoe shape, I'm going to do a little bit more, exaggerate a bit. Because women has a very what we call that standard kind of manga characters and kind of like it. It has a very certain kind of what we call that uh, uh, a very superhuman kind of shapes there. So those are the one of the things also another thing that we can learn differently there. Okay. So what you can see right now, a manga style characters that based on his girl. Okay. This is one of the shortcut way I actually can show you guys. But if you actually use this kind of methods, okay, for your works, I would say that I'm not saying it's not good. For certain kind of way of working is right, but the problem is if you don't practice also to use your imaginations there to develop the understanding on the structures there, right? Later on, when you have the task when you want to draw your own characters, you will have the difficulties there. You're not actually develop your confidence there. Because why? Because most of the times we have to do some research. But when it comes to design your own ideas there, because people will see okay, nowadays, client also quite smart there. You take from other people's practice, sooner or later people will know that okay, you will get caught on it. So don't try to copy from other people's work there. If your client were quite stupid enough, ask you to trace from other people's works, you have to educate them. You cannot simply copy from other people's works there. That's why later on someone will sue you there. Okay? Don't try to be smart there. Okay? You think you're smart enough there, but it's not. Okay? So the character design industry, animation industry, manga, comic industries is a business. Even though the artists work for other people's there, okay, the company itself is a business person. has lawyers, they has IP creators, they has IP lawyers, okay, intellectual property kind of create what we call that content lawyers, kind of what we call that actually what we call that behind all these kind of registrations, design practice. You can draw them as a fan art, but don't use it for the commercials. That's why I really forbidden you guys, or whatever that you want to come up with your ideas there, even though you like that kind of design, you want to design something more like similar to that, you have to change. If you can set this mind in the early stage right now for these semesters, and you bring this knowledge later on for your other subjects directly, you will have a more kind of concern about the world, what is happening in the world of design. You will be more matured in your finding your reference, your research, develop your ideas from there. Okay, guys. So Minghao, right? Am I answering your questions?
Yes, sir.
Teacher, I have
Yeah.
WhatsApp you also. Can
Okay.
you
So that means
my
they're right,
work?
okay? All right. Who is it?
Good for Paymin.
Okay. So same goes, right? This is your characters, huh?
No, top. This one is the reference, the old drawing.
This one.
Yes.
These are the one there, right? Okay. All right. Okay. If this is your characters, okay, where basically you get these ideas from, how actually come up with those ideas there, right? What the fashions that you use, okay, the attire that you use, right? Okay, even though you can imagine on yourself, maybe you find some finding there, some reference that you use, right? To what we call that, to defend basically your ideas. One of the way to defend your ideas, you have to provide some visual research there, right? A lot of sampling, ideas, developments, you sketch, you have a rough sketch, for example, on your works there, okay? And also you have a proof also that you have developed these ideas on your own from your from your rough sketch into your final works there, okay? Those are the things that
I
have to be
have put
provided.
some reference.
You have to put some reference here there, right?
Yeah.
Like this one, it's not enough there, right? It's not enough there, okay? So find more there, okay? Reference there. Find more reference that can actually defend your works. Okay, defend your works there. I know that nowadays, okay, a lot of students, a lot of people go into more anime, manga styles, okay, because I have also a lot of my friends actually done the same thing. Okay, for example, like this woman there, okay, this lady is one of the comic artists previously for Gempak, okay, Gempak Star, okay, Sentera, okay, Haryati, okay. Okay, this lady basically, this is one of her earliest kind of drawings there, okay, before she became a mangaka formation there, okay. So she actually has a very good kind of what we call that. She teaching also in UiTM, okay, in illustration. So she actually really active. Okay, her name is Sanjay okay, Sanjay Vera, okay. This is her artist name there, okay. She's done a lot of commissions works and also design works that use anime, manga, shoujo, kind of style. Okay? So this is most of her works there. She done a lot of novel graphics, comics, okay, for Gempak Stars, recently for Newsweek Time, for Putusan Malaysia, Berita Harian there, okay? So I really love to see her works there, okay? This is some of her sketches there, okay? So everything that she's done is all based on the basic structures that before she finalized that. right? If you really go into really into the manga character kind of styles, all right, please develop a few sketches before you finalize them. If you create from other people's posts, other people's design, other characters, provide some reference there. Provide some reference there. This is also some of the rough sketches there, some rough kind of books there. Okay? I also love his work. I'm not actually against manga, okay? Because I've done also some of few design back in the day, okay? Using the same methods and techniques that I do accept it, that kind of design manga style, okay, as a part of the Asian kind of community kind of styles there. Not only Japanese there, okay? Not only Japanese or Korean there. It's Asian kind of design, okay? But if you have a very good anatomy understanding, you can draw chibi, you can draw what we call that serious kind of semi-figure kind of characters there later on. That's why study properly there. Study properly there, please. Like Ming Hao or the rest of you guys who really want to draw or manga kind of styles, study anatomy first there, okay? Before you go through with it. Okay, guys. Okay? And of course, she's saying there, okay? You draw from those fruit there, right? That like a
Yeah.
jambu there, okay? Fruits. I saw that, okay, those characters that came from, I don't know, Pokemon or any kind of game before. So please improvise those characters there, all right? I don't know whether I can actually still say those kind of sections that I have with you, okay, last week there, okay? Let me check. Okay, I want to just provide you back again the samples there, okay? Okay, this is a sample that I did some consultation with Chisin there, okay? So when she draw those characters like this, I told her try to align them back, but I believe these characters will came from other people's designers, so be careful with it, all right? So try to improvise back again those design, do some alignment, okay, from those model turn around characters there, because every alignment of those shapes, of the structures, of the placement has to be in the same line together, okay? And also provide a few different kind of ideas for your design, right? And of course, if you, okay, my kind of suggestion for some of the students, okay, from some of the, it is also from, I don't know whether, who actually the girl itself, I think, I can't remember directly, but she also has a very kind of determination on her kind of characters there. So I told her directly to design a few kind of different kind of pose there in your sketches before you finalize them, and try to provide different kind of features for your characters there, all right? And of course, the tip is, if you can draw each character that you draw that in 20 different kind of action poses, that means you can work with that characters later on in the future. Why? Because if you can do different kind of action poses based on the same characters, that means you are ready enough to use that characters for your kind of storybooks later. That means you can work and draw that characters, entirely that characters all over again, okay? If you want to have a very cool kind of methods, if you can draw 50 to 100 different poses for that single characters, that means you're ready enough to work with it. And of course, before I forget, some students, not only from your, what we call that, lessons there, most of the students, when I actually give some sort of comment, why you draw like this, why you change your practice then, why you don't actually stick your ideas there. But when you actually show me your works, you only show only one single drawing. When you show us one single drawing, you give us a lot of room to tembak you guys, to shoot you guys on the head. Why? Because first of all, you don't provide us actually, right, finding a reference. Second thing is you don't do enough studies there. Right? You don't do enough studies there. See how people draw this recall that I really love this girl kind of character. Right. If I can marry her, I will marry her because of her talents. Right. Because of her talents. Okay. I really love it because I have also collect her comics. Okay. This is one of our local artists there, the local mangaka there, okay, live and also still living there, okay, in the life there, okay, that you guys can use as a part of your references, right? She really love play games, she love anime very much there, okay, and all her drawings were based on the manga styles there, okay. So she can draw a variety kind of styles there. Right? So this can be a part of it. If you cannot follow me, if you don't like my kind of way of drawings, or you cannot my kind of style there of drawings there, my sister Fazal, he's a very old school kind of guy. Really, you can actually look into these girls there, these ladies there, right? You take a look here, right? How people design someone with hair. Okay? Let's start with the basic structures there, guys. All came from basic structures there. Don't look into the finished kind of drawings like this, right? Draw hands, study the hand shape basic structures there. I want to go into this kind of exercise by this week, but I really want you to improve first your drawing skills there, your presentation on your character design that is there, okay? Because otherwise later on, if you don't actually improve from there, you will go back into the same mistake when you present your work for other subjects. Right? Use the same methods basically to present your work to other lecturers. Right? And I can bet you can get a very good marks from that. Okay? Understand? So, even to draw animals, study animals' behaviors, study animal pose. If you cannot imagine, get some Google's reference to study the whole structures first like this. Please use my kind of advice there. Don't just try to imagine something that you cannot draw. Then you put yourself into the disastrous kind of situation there. One student tried to draw, suddenly he gave me this kind of things. You know who you are, right? Suddenly you draw like this. You know who you are, right? Okay. Then he asked me, sir, is it okay, sir? From your drawings, it shows that you cannot draw dogs or cannot draw wolf. Then you want to kill yourself to draw like this. Yes, you can draw any subject matter there. But why you have to choose yourself to draw something that really hard for you to draw? If I were you, right, I will not draw four-legged kind of characters there. Want to draw dogs or wolf, there are, for example, there. For example, here, right? Okay. I will draw a cartoon version of the dog there. For example, but I'm going to use the basic shapes of characters here. Okay. For example, there to draw dogs there. Okay. All right. I try to use whatever that I can to develop my understanding and use the ability that I have to draw more easiest way for me to provide for my assignments. Okay, but before I'm going to draw like this, I'm going to draw the basic structure there first. Okay. I'm going to draw some basic structures there first. I want to make sure that the anatomies, the drawings are going to be right. I have a very comfortable kind of movements that work with my design there. I can draw more faster. I can provide more ideas there when I actually sketch like this, for example. Okay. So you have to know also your level of skill, but some people draw. This is the worst thing they do. Suddenly they draw like this. Okay. It looks okay for the sketching there. Okay. I don't want to say it's not there. Right? But in the certain levels, I think what's wrong with this? And what is this? You say you want to draw erasers. Just now, a few hours ago, or maybe 1 or 2 days ago, he wanted to draw a ghost. Suddenly he wanted to draw anime there, okay? But only one drawing is there. And then he wanted to draw a shapes there, okay? You don't actually collect all your information on your subject matters. You don't study your subject matters well. Then you say you want to change entirely. When I actually give you guys comment, it doesn't mean I doesn't like your ideas. I want you to find more and study more. And suddenly you say, I just want to draw something it's more easy for me to draw. It's not why actually you choose ghosts, why you choose human there, why you choose suddenly a basic shape there, and then you change into other things there. Because you don't understand the purpose of developing your ideas here. You don't actually study the basic structures there, right? Okay, I already done some of the samples, even though for the frogs it's not right. Okay, I not actually like those drawings there. I'm not saying I like it or not, right? Okay, but let's just say we go back into ghosts. What kind of ghost that you want to draw? That's what I asked you, okay? Have you seen the ghost before? I don't want to do something, what we call that, goosebump for you guys. What is it? Alright guys, you know about ghosts, right? Do you believe in ghosts? Do you believe in ghosts? Right? No. Do you believe in devil? Right? Or a spiritual? Right? No. Basically, right, in my belief there, right, the only reason because we cannot see ghosts because they don't allow us. Right. But in the spiritual kind of methods there, right, if you can see the spiritual kind of being there, okay, if we can see, right, like devils, all right, like genie, right, okay, like this kind of monster, whatever, okay, if you can see them, you cannot move around them. They're actually around us. Right now, they have it. They have the right, okay, around us. They have it around us. What do you see there? Okay, kissing there. Right. They're actually around us. They just like things that we cannot see there. Okay? Because why? Because we actually are leader in this world. There. We've been created because of the reason that there is a reason why we've been created. We actually is more kind of what we call that powerful than them. Right. In terms of the living things there. Okay? One of the reasons we cannot see them because they don't allow us. Why? Because they have their own world, we have our own world. Only a few people can see things that we really, right? From 1,000 people, only one piece people can see them. Right? But we also don't want to see them. They also don't want to see us. Basically, yeah. But if we into the in between the two worlds there, okay, this is what Japanese anime, manga, if you read about this kind of things, right, if you watch this kind of anime, manga kind of story, right, they have explored all this kind of spiritual kind of concept, right, and they put into their manga, right, because we live in this world, it's not only us, right, there's no aliens, like, for me, aliens is bullshit, right? I studied about aliens before, right, but spiritual things, yes, they have. But we don't want them to came, right? I don't want them to came over here to do whatever that they want for me, okay? I don't like that, okay? But we have to say they have it. But if you don't know or you don't actually see them before, but you want to design some stories, some characters based on that, you have to do some research, lah. Google them back, right? For example, like ghosts. Okay, let's just say you're afraid to draw or you're afraid to see the real ghost, okay? Or some people actually have visualized the ghost, right? The ghost, cartoon. So try to search a bit more how people actually visualize the ghost. I believe that you guys have seen this kind of pictures before. And then what you can do, provide all this kind of reference and you try to design your own way of working there. Okay? Those are the things that you can do. Or you want to do more, kind of what we call that more research, okay. Try to find a bit more kind of ideas from here. All right. So what you can do from it, if you have those kind of reference with you right now, you withdraw back to me. But provide some reference there first. What type of characters of ghosts you want to draw? Sadako, for example, like a vampire, or in Malaysia we call that Kuntilanak, I think. Maybe draw a person who actually have this kind of hair, right? That, for example, there, right? Floating there, okay? Sketch it out, right? A bit more, all right. And then you want to simplify a bit there, right? Simplify a bit there. It can be, right? So do some research a bit more. Tell the truth, okay, I also have a goosebump with it, okay? All right, a bit kind of like a goosebump there. But everything has to become with the research there. Whatever that we want to do there, okay? Because everything that you want to draw, you have to think, you think for your subject matters, everything has in the Google there. Right. It has to be in the Google there. Okay? So do some research a bit more before you want to draw or you want to withdraw back the thing there. Okay? That's what makes your design have values there. Have quality, have values, right? And have more intellectual understanding. That's the most important thing. Okay? So how are you going to present your work there today? Or this week there, basically, okay? And also you have to provide also videos there, right? Okay? 5 minutes videos there. Provide 5 minutes videos there, okay? I don't have to write the notes on that. First of all, provide us a research. And then what you can do, sketch a few ideas there. If you have this kind of samples, all right, save into JPEG and submit there, okay? This is your reference, this is your findings there. It's good for you to write down a bit kind of, a very simple kind of synopsis or ideas or what we call that, features for your characters there. And the next thing is, When you have, provide us a few sketches there, okay? A few developments, please. Because I already show you guys also in our previous kind of books, right? Provide a few sketches, few developments, few breakdown. Even though you sketch a few kind of new characters, you still have provide also some of the guideline over here. And the next thing is, I believe I did this kind of samples in our group 1 already. Demonstration. And you can provide me some few samples over here. Right. This is one of the ways to submit your works for this week. And then we have 7 different characters there, right? I don't mean that you want to draw using colors there, okay? You can use black and white, it's more than enough. More than enough there, right? You have to put some colors there. I don't want you guys to focus more on the colorings yet. I want you guys to focus more on the value of your presentation, on your developments, on your design, on your characters. So for example, like you provide me there. Clean up line there. You want to provide me some color combinations or shades of your shadings, you can use grayscales. Okay? More than enough. You understand what I mean there? How to present your works there, right? Guys? So this week, right, for group 1, you have until Wednesday, right? Group 2, 3, 4, you have to submit, okay, your video presentations from your character design, right? And go back into your weekly exercise that you have to show me on that, okay? The way you're going to present, just like I'm doing my own design presentations, right? So you just have to record in 5 or 10 minutes there, okay, on the videos. I'm going to browse them back. Because why? Because for practical class, I want to provide more tutorials there for the next lessons there, right, okay? Because I believe there's a lot of things that you have to learn there, okay? For today, hopefully the sessions will wrap up a little bit kind of character design that first. Even though the character design that we are going to do, right, they're going to be carried forward to our second assignments there, okay? Second assignments, we're going to design our environment there. So that means, other than draw a little bit kind of anatomies, okay, we're going to go through also some landscape and tree drawings there, right, okay? And then we're going to draw some what we call that, some environment for your characters there, okay? I'm going to show you guys how actually I draw environments there, okay, for my characters there, okay? Environments that mean locations there, okay? But everything came from the environment design, right, okay? And then we are going to carry forward to our children's books illustrations or comic illustrations. Stories for me is not that it's important, but it's not that very serious for us to focus on, okay? Because I want you guys to focus more on your way of drawing there, because my kind of objective, as I told you guys, I want you guys actually can draw or improve your drawing skills there. Just like how there, okay? When I saw his drawing before, right? If you can provide your drawing strokes, right? Like I show you guys just now, it's more than enough. Okay, you see. Right. If you can provide a very good kind of sketch line drawing structures like this, right, and then you can improve it more from there, right, is a very good start there, okay? For every one of you guys, there. We're talking about the person who actually doesn't know how to draw, right? Have a lot of issues on their drawings, their methods there, okay? I see like Johari also have this kind of Amir Johari there, okay? Also have this kind of problem there. Even though Johari, right, Chong Hee Chong, I can't remember his name there, okay? But his name also in Malay name is also Johari there, okay? He also, I think, a lot of issues on the problem on the drawings there. So if you can actually draw or come up with your ideas to draw the gestures line there, like this is more than enough. I'm not saying enough there is enough, but if you can provide a very good kind of quality of line, the gesture line like this, and then you transfer your characters like that, then you will improve it more, you practice a bit more on your way of drawings, then with more than that's another step of level that you have to improve there. Take a small step, but improve. Don't go back into your old way of drawings there. Okay? Don't go back into your old way of drawings there. If you go back into your old way of drawings, whatever that we have gone through right now, no point there. There's no point there. All right. Any questions there so far? For those who don't come to the class, right, who are not actually in the class right now, please refer to the videos there. Please ask your friend to refer to those videos there. Okay? What the criteria that you want to see from those for the presentation for this week. Okay? But in our practical class, I don't want to do some sort of critique sessions, right? Okay? But if you have time for half an hour, maybe before we finish our class, for each classes, maybe I'm going to go through one or two videos there. All right? And don't delay your assignments or your exercise. If you don't want to learn, just tell those managements you want to withdraw. Simple as that. Don't delay your assignment and make you fail, okay? Because it's not worth it for you to fail this subject, because basically it's not hard. It's not hard to complete the assignments and to follow the directions there. The only thing that's hard for you because you don't change your mind. Because I already provide you guys a lot of options for you guys to develop your ideas. One of the most criteria that I will reject your works, you can provide me your research, your finding, your reference, and you develop your sketches from there. Okay? Everything clear, right?
Sir, Chixin here.
Yes.
For the presentation, right, you need to record the video and submit it by this week or next week?
This week.
This week.
This week.
Okay.
Okay, remember one thing, guys. If your practice, okay, this is not an option there, but this is basically a part of the progress. If your drawings if your practice doesn't complete yet, let's just say you still doesn't, if you have finding your reference, your research, okay? First of all, you have to find your research first before you draw anything. Okay, let's just say that you can't complete or you cannot actually get the right kind of design, okay, for your presentations. You just tell me the truth there, that's all. Right? You have to provide me your research first. Because providing design basically, the final design takes time. Normally, they will take time there, okay? Because the final moment for us to see your characters are going to be worked or not is your third assignments. Understand what I mean there? Don't get confused, huh? Because your first assignment, your second assignments are going to be conclude in your third assignment there. Okay? That means the progressions of your work should be provided this week. And then you can say, sir, in the presentation, for example, like this one, okay? This is my work, this is my design, okay, this is my presentation of my work there. Okay, for example, that I showed there, okay? I have done a few of my research here. Okay, I've done a few kind of sketches there, okay? From my finding of my character design, okay? But as for now, I'm still actually doing some research, because when you do your research, when you actually present it like this, right? I can see a lot of hard work that you have done there. But if you only provide only, for example, like this one only, okay, this is my finding, and this is my development there, okay. Of course, I'm going to take off. Right? Why? You have 7 days. You still can provide me at least rough sketches of your design there, right? Okay. Rough sketches. This is my rough sketches. This is my rough sketches. Okay. This is my rough sketches there. It's not final sketches there, but you can see the hard works, the efforts that I show from these developments there. So from here you can actually choose which kind of characters that I want to use later on for my work. Okay. Let's just say when I design, I don't know whether I have those designs anymore there. Okay, this one. I'm drawing these 4 characters for one of the students previously for animation subject, okay? Can you see that, okay? One single character that I designed, okay? I draw a few posts, few action posts. That means I'm ready to develop this character. I am ready to develop this character. This is a few kind of sketches that I did before. Right? This is some of few sketches, rough sketches that I did before for her. Right? Because she actually asked me for help. Okay? So we can see a lot of efforts from there. Okay? So the video presentation is very simple. You have to show me all your work there, okay? But I want to see your face. Why? Because you have around 142 people, okay? I try to remember your face there, okay? From these video presentations, I can get to know your face. I can recognize your face from there. Right? If you say you cannot work with your webcam there, right, okay? Just provide me some pictures there. Right? Provide me your pictures, right, okay? On top of it, they can see basically this is a guy basically, or this is a girl that he has to present to me. All right. Any questions so far? Too long? This one you guys, right? You hurry there, right? Too long there. Are you here with me?
Yes.
Yeah. How's it? Everything clear there, right? So follow the directions there, guys. It's really important to create this kind of discipline there, right? In the first phase there, okay? That's why, because if you don't develop this kind of discipline on your works, you will carry it away with the laziness kind of way of presenting your work therapy, and then you're going to blame why you're gonna get a very good marks from there. Right, basically I already show you guys how to gain a very good marks there. Right. Because normally, okay, in our criteria, okay, my kind of way of marking is very simple. If there is a 20% marks from each assignment, for example, okay, if you don't provide research, 10 marks from those, half of it are going to be cut down there. As simple as that. Because 10% are going to be your research, another 10% are going to be your final or your development process. Okay? If 40% of your marks are okay, for our weekly exercise, right? That means if you don't provide me some research, okay, some sample of your reference, when you draw them, right, just provide what we call that only the final kind of works, right? 20% or 25% normally going to be cut there. As simple as that. You got only 15% only. But that 50% also depending on your skills or your kind of quality of it. That's why in design world, in multimedia design, graphic design, and name it, right? In architecture design, engineering, also the same. When you present your works, you have to present also your findings. That's how universities, higher learning educations works there. Whatever that we do, we have to provide some research, reference and research there. Finding that proof. Without proof, it's just like you're working with a lawyer firm there, okay, without proving, you cannot talk anything there. No one is going to believe you. You just talk about, this is my research that I get from the internet there. But where is it? Where is it? People will ask a simple question, where is it? Right, okay? Just like when you want to caught someone actually hit you there, right? Nowadays you have a phone, right, with you. Right. If you get hit with someone or you hit by a car, there, okay, take photos, record. Because why? Because when you go to police stations, right, police will ask you one thing. Do you record videos? Do you have any kind of device that can record your situations or the number plate for your for the someone actually have the car, I think, has been what you call that, hit you or whatever it is, right? Proof has to be provided. Okay, you have to provide the proof to everyone. Jinhan, how's it? Anything you want to ask me there?
No.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right. Anyone else have any questions? Don't be too what we call that. Hesitate to ask me any questions, right? Or dump me a question. Okay, it's a very good kind of response today because I see some of you guys provide me some of the samples that we can share from here. Okay, thank you very much for your cooperation there. Okay, this one is right. Who is it there? Inchi. I saw these characters before the Inchi. This is from Cell Animations, there, right? Provide me your reference if you want to draw you yourself as a cartoon character. Is that right? I want to see how actually you transform yourself into cartoon character. This is you lah. Okay, Inji?
I can use this one.
Huh?
Wait.
Don't reuse this one there, right? Okay, but this is one of the good samples from Cell Animation that you can use. Okay, everyone can use as a part of the guideline how actually we actually create model sheets, model character turnaround. Okay, for our character design there. Okay, these are one of the good examples there from Yinchi there. Thank you very much for sharing. But if you want to draw your like a grid for those characters, make sure you provide me also your finding there. Even though I know your face there, okay, but as a professional kind of understanding on how it works, right, you have to provide a sample of reference there, okay. Let's see, you have to call yourself. Picture yourself as a reference, right, 3 or 4 different positions there, in the photographies there, right, in the photo visions there, okay, and then paste in your presentation, right, and then you will draw on top of it or you can draw aside of it. How you develop your ideas from there, right, how you develop ideas from there, okay. So may I know the exact due date for these assignments this week? If they are not, okay, your class are going to be on Saturday there, right? That means on Saturday, I expect everyone from Saturday classes have submit the works inside Google Classroom. Those are for group 5, 6, 7. Oh, Raya Haji there, right? I spent Raya Haji also working. All right. Normally, how many days that you guys have school break or holiday? I think Friday there, right? Friday have a holiday, is it? Friday and Saturday. Right. Thursday we still have class, right? Still have class, huh? Still, all right. Only school, primary school and secondary school only have holiday there. We still have class as usual. Right, guys? If we don't have a class, for example, right? So we need to put the whole 7 styles in one page. No, separately, separate there, okay? They're going to be a very small, huge, right? A4 size. What do you expect, right? So we have to draw separately, yeah? Okay? Try to present more creatively, to develop, to put in your presentations. I think you guys were more creative than me there, okay? In terms of present your words. I only provide you guys a few guidelines. I just want you guys to follow basically the methods, okay? How to present your creativity, but don't put those kind of borderline, ribbons, watermarks, just like a girly kind of stuff in your presentations there. No need, okay? Focus more on our design, okay? Hey.
Sir.
Yes.
Is this for this week we need to submit the presentation video lah, like
Yes,
the
yes.
group one on Wednesday before
Yeah.
before our practical, right?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
For your practical class. 5 minutes only. Right. Only 5 minutes there. 5 minutes only there, right? 5 to 10 minutes there, okay? Very simple presentations. Show me basically, show us basically what you guys have experienced there, okay, from the work, okay? It doesn't should to be too hard for you there, okay? Because unless you haven't complete all those exercises yet, okay? Some of you guys maybe haven't submit some of the works there. Maybe you will actually have a little bit of rushing a bit. Okay? For character design, as I mentioned there, if you not actually have finalized them, don't worry there. I want to see your findings, your reference, your sketches, how you draw your structures, develop your structures there using your continuous sketching kind of line there, okay? How well you understand to develop the whole structures for your design before you finalize it. Okay? Draw from other people's characters, everyone can do. But design, right, originally from your understanding, not only imaginations, understanding, they're going to be a little bit different. Right? They will be different here. Okay, so can you brief again what we need to send? Okay, you need to sand papers and also a straw and a glass of water, and you pile up everything there, become a bricks. Right. Okay, but Patricia there again. You can actually check my videos back again. Simple things there. I already show you guys there again. Ying Chi.
Yes.
Can you explain to us what we need to send for this week?
The character design for our assignment 1, and our own what else? That one exercise for our few weeks. Yeah, and make a videos 5 to 10 minutes. Yeah, and show our face.
And also
Yeah.
provide also your works, okay, on those videos. Explain a little bit your experience and explain a little bit on your practice there. Right? How,
Yes.
where, and what kind of subject matter that you choose, what kind of difficulty that you have, right? And even though if you seems to have a lot of difficulties there, okay, during the lessons that you've been works there, okay, that you've been developed, okay, the skill developed, you can also raise also on those videos there, right? It will take me quite some time to watch all those 142, 41, 45 videos there, right? But it will be a very good kind of methods of compiling all your works there, and I can actually know each one of your what we call the challenges that you guys have here. All right, challenges that you guys have here. Okay, all right. Okay, Johari. Yes, what is it? And Ming Hao there, right? Okay. What's so funny there? So you guys share with me.
Sarah made a joke.
Huh? Okay, guys. Okay. Johari,
Sarah
okay?
made a joke just now.
Yeah. Okay. 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 Right. Hopefully you also can solve your problems there, okay? If you cannot solve problem, okay, Johari there, okay? Remember that, okay? Send me your progress in our WhatsApp there, okay? Personal progress there, okay? Sir, can you do the data? So for Saturday, if we have to delay our class for Saturday, right? Maybe we can provide some other time there. If for group 5, 6, 7, when actually you feel what we call that, you feel that you want to have your Christmas class there. When is it? Sunday or Monday there, right? So you discuss back again, right? Okay? Group 5, 6, 7, right? Okay, if you don't want to create a class, that means I have to record, all right, one videos that going to be compiled together, my kind of tutorial for group 5, 6, 7, okay, for one sessions only, and I'm going to download them, okay. I'm going to upload them on our channel there, my channel there, all right. But you need to look at it, right? But because for me, whatever that I've actually been show for every tutorial, okay, some of the tutorials I will improvise a little bit there, okay. But this week, okay, I will get into those anatomies, some environment a bit, right? Anatomies, environment, and also some landscapes, some element for statistics, okay, for the assignment 2 kind of preparation, right? Anatomy is basically just to get a little bit more kind of detail for your learning experience and understanding how to develop your skills in characters, design kind of developments, okay? The landscape and also some landscape or environments is to prepare yourself to develop your kind of background design for your practice there, okay, for your stories later on. Okay? But of course, all these kind of methods, all these kind of techniques, they will basically enhance back again on your way of drawing skills. So you have to change, you have to improve your drawing skill at the same time. Okay? For Johari, I haven't seen from live how actually you draw your practice, right? If you can provide me your videos, all right, it's more better. Okay, for the rest of you guys also the same. I point out to him because he actually tell us directly that he cannot draw. Like Jun Long or some of you guys who actually have a lot of problems also, right? Ming Hao also, okay? Anyone, okay? If you want to have personal sessions, okay, just tell me when, because my time normally, okay, until tomorrow and also Wednesday, okay, I have a class around 2 o'clock, okay, 2 o'clock session there. Before that, around 10 to 12, I have a break there at daytime. So if you want to, what we call have a personal consultation or 3-person, okay, I can actually open up my consultations kind of Google Meet kind of session from there. All right, okay. So thank you very much. If you don't have any questions there, good luck with your assignments. All right. So at the other, okay, hopefully we have answered the questions there. Look back again on the videos, right? If you want to take notes on that, take notes directly. So is it possible to call you private to ask you about some stuff? Yes, can directly. When is it? When is it easy? After this? Yes, we can directly. Anytime when you are free. All right, I think I can already. Give me, I think, around 20 minutes, okay? And then I can open up my. Eugene, you're from which group? Which group are you? Huh? Saturday, class 2 to 4. Anytime when you or Saturday, okay? Okay, group 7, right? Okay, I'm going to post on the group 7 kind of what we call that code over there, okay? Meeting code there, okay? Kyan, how's it, okay? Yeah? Yes.
Yes, sir.
Wei Yin, how's it? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, see you guys there later, okay? So good luck with your group, with your assignment there, okay? So stay tuned and have a nice day. Thank you very much, there. All the best.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, bye.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.